A lot of people coming into this NXT special tonight were probably thinking, how was this going to top what we saw at our Evolution just a few short weeks ago? And well, the question is up to you guys. Do you guys think that tonight Rival topped our Evolution? I personally don't think it did because our Evolution was pretty good from top to bottom, whereas with Rival, it really wasn't like that until about maybe the fourth match in, but we'll get to that in just a second. By the way, hello, I am Perry the Entertainer, and I'm here to talk about NXT Rival with you guys because it just went off the air, and as shocking as that ending really was, I really wanted to come on here and hear what you guys have to say about it. First match of the night, Hideo Itami ended up beating Tyler Breeze in a match that it was kind of thrown on there last minute. Hideo needed a win over kind of an established guy on the main roster and kind of recover from his loss to Finn Balor in the NXT tournament last week. So, not a bad match out of him. I mean, I would love to be in a flippin', enhancement match with Hideo Itami anyway. So, I'm pretty sure anybody would because it just name brand to begin with. Another GTS tease that happened. It really gets me wondering if WWE is even going to let him do the GTS because of everything that's going on with CM Punk. It really just it makes me wonder if they're even going to let him do that. So he ended up getting the victory. And where does this put Tyler Breeze? I mean, he's kind of just, out in the dust, I guess you can say, and he's not doing anything too important. I remember a couple weeks ago, this guy was fighting for an NXT Championship and at Fatal 4-Way with Tyson Kidd and Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville, and now he's doing matches with Hideo Itami to put Itami over, and WWE doesn't look like they have anything to do with Tyler Breeze. So I'm wondering what WWE has in store for both guys coming out of this. Next up, we had Baron Corbin versus Bull Dempsey in the no disqualification match. This match was rather disappointing. I'm glad that my guy Baron Corbin went over. Bull Dempsey seriously just looks like a fucking mini. What did I say on Twitter? I think I said a mini Typhoon or something. From the old days. He looks like Typhoon. He really does. But this guy has no fucking personality whatsoever. It looks like WWE's going to pretty much fucking fire him right after this match anyway because he has no character. He has no personality whatsoever. And WWE, he's not going to make it anywhere with no charisma and no personality. He's the New York Nightmare. That's the best you can come up with. You're a fucking big 300-something pounder being used to put Baron Corbin back on the map after losing to Adrian Neville last week. And you give us that crap fest. There was there was nothing really going on. Just a lot of outside the ring kind of beat down. So that's pretty much all you really need to know about that. Baron Corbin wins, and I hope we move on from this feud. I hope finally this feud is over. So next up was the tag team title match with the Lucha Dragons and Blake and Murphy. This is the first time I've seen Blake and Murphy actually compete. I didn't watch them actually win the championships a couple weeks ago. This is my first time kind of getting like that first impression on me. And to be honest, they really didn't do anything that kind of caught my eye and that makes me makes me really interested in them. Besides their awful fucking dubstep entrance and their seizure-inducing fucking Titantrons with the epileptic seizure-inducing fucking flashing lights and everything. But other than that, you really didn't catch my eye, and they seriously just like two jabronis holding gold around their waist, and the Lucha Dragons. Hold on, another water take during the show. But no, Lucha Dragons look very messy tonight. A lot of botches in this match. Kalisto almost broke his leg in half trying to go over the top rope and caught his leg on the bottom two ropes. This match was just overall sloppy. I wasn't into it, and I know I wasn't the only one that felt that way. I just kind of hope that some way or another they move the Lucha Dragons either up or somehow keep Kalisto with this luchador thing, because if they go with the next plan that they have for Kalisto, which is that hairstyling gimmick, I don't feel that that's going to get over, because you kind of already have Tyler Breeze, who's doing the whole like kind of perfection, like beauty kind of thing going on. So I don't really, I feel that would be kind of contradicting what you already have. But I just hope they don't go with that. Have the luchador thing. Bring him up as the next Rey Mysterio, and don't push him like Rey Mysterio, and don't fucking feed him the world title because Eddie passed away. So, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. Anyway, next matchup was when the show started kicking off. I believe this is around the hour mark, actually. Finn Balor versus Adrian Neville in the NXT Championship Finals in the tournament. And damn, was this a damn good match from start to finish. A bunch of near falls going on and everything. And Finn Balor does it again with the face paint and everything, the paint, everything. Demon Balor came out. And I think they said that we got this match in, was it New Japan? I think it was in New Japan we had this, and this was the sequel. And I really want to ask you guys, my New Japan viewers, do you guys think that this match topped that at all? I don't watch it, so I'm going to take your word for it, basically. But, yeah, a lot of back and forth action, a lot of near falls out of finishers, and I like matches that you don't really know who's going to actually win. Like, and we're going to talk about another match that had that. It's actually, in fact, it's the next two matches, actually. Those matches that you don't know exactly who is going to win because WWE built it up so good, and they built it up so nice to the point where once you get to that point, you don't know who's going to win, and you kind of have to pull a prediction out of your ass and kind of pull it from there. And Finn Balor actually pulls out with the win here. He gets the big upset over Adrian Neville. After the match, they did a whole handshake thing and everything, and I'm honestly kind of anxious because I don't want to see Adrian Neville get called down. Yes, I said called down to the main roster because NXT is so goddamn above the main roster right now. It's not even funny. Like I said, we're going to talk about the next match is what blows everything out of the fucking water when it comes to the main roster. But I don't want to see Adrian Neville on the main roster because that's where WWE gimmicks apparently go to fail because that's when Vince takes over and that's when he screws your character over because that's who he thinks you will like. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I hope they try and keep Neville in, I don't even want to say developmental, but keep him in NXT as long as you possibly can. And don't bring him up unless you really absolutely need to. Like right now, they don't really need to. There's a lot of wasted mid-card talent the WWE should kind of jump on before they even think about bringing people up, like Adrian Neville. And actually, well, let's just dive right into it because apparently I have a lot to say when it comes to the women's match. The women's Fatal 4-Way, yes, I said women's, not the Divas, because Divas, that's such a fucking derogatory term, because this match was not Divas. This was women's fucking wrestling at its best. The Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. This was a fantastic match, and I'm not just saying that either because, you know, compared to Divas standards, this fucking match blew them out of the water. But then again, at the same time, Charlotte and Sasha Banks last month at our Evolution did the same goddamn thing. And I was saying it on Twitter. Divas on the main roster, and I'm talking about, I'm including AJ and Paige in this fucking thing that I'm about to say. They need to start taking goddamn notes as to how to actually work a damn match because that, my friends, what we saw at NXT Rival tonight was a goddamn women's wrestling match at its fucking finest. Sasha Banks finally pulls through and wins the NXT Women's Championship with an awkward little thing after her, I think it was, I don't remember what they call it. It's like the boss crossface or the boss face or something like that. Locks in a crossface on Charlotte and then kind of transitions that into a crucifix pin, which kind of looked awkward. I felt like it would have much more benefited if Charlotte might as well have just tapped because it looks like that's where Charlotte's going to be going. Charlotte's going to be coming up to the main roster. Going down to the main roster. But I don't want to see that. But we had that kind of passing the torch moment like we had with Natalya back at, I don't remember. I think that was the first NXT TakeOver, I think. I need to catch up with a lot of my NXT guys, so if I do mess up, please bear with me. But this was women's flippin' wrestling, and I may watch this just after, I think it was 7:45 was when the Balor Neville match started. Right after, like during the Balor Neville match is when NXT got fucking started. And ironically, it was only an hour. So what NXT can do in an hour is what WWE apparently can't do in 3 on a fucking live USA network thing. So like I said, that's out of the way. That was a flippin' fantastic Divas match, and I think we honestly have to move on to the final match of the night. Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship. A lot of people actually gave this match kind of grief because it was done so early and because it was done so early with the NXT Championship on the line. A lot of people thought that this was going to kind of be like a non-title thing just so that they can kind of fight and get it over with. That's not the case. It was for the NXT Championship. And ladies and gentlemen, when I say that Kevin Owens absolutely killed Sami Zayn, and no, it's not part of his catchphrase, that fight Owens fight, kill Owens kill thing. He legitimately killed Sami Zayn, made Sami Zayn into his goddamn bitch. Kevin Owens looked like a goddamn mastodon in this match. Sami Zayn sold every little bit of him of Kevin Owens' offense like Shawn Michaels did back at SummerSlam. Shit, what was that? Was that 05 with Hulk Hogan when he oversold everything Hogan threw at him? That was almost the way it did it, but this way, Sami Zayn made everything look a lot more believable. Towards the end, we just got a big old powerbomb montage from Kevin Owens. I'm sure I wasn't the only one that wasn't expecting a package pile driver at any point. Sami Zayn flipped over the top rope, and I think he bounced his head off of the steel ramp going down to the ring, and that's what started this whole concussion thing and what this whole referee stoppage thing. That's where it looks like it was going to go. Kevin Owens hit like almost 8 power bombs on him, making him look like, and I think even one of the NXT commentators even compared this beatdown to what Brock Lesnar did at SummerSlam last year. So if this is the way that WWE is going to be building Kevin Owens, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Owens is in for a fucking bright future here in the WWE, and I'm glad that I'm aboard and watching it happen live. And yes, in his third match on NXT, first one was against CJ Parker at our Evolution, second one with Adrian Neville on the next episode of NXT. In his third match on the show, Kevin Owens is your new NXT champion. He beats Sami Zayn, beats the living hell out of Sami Zayn, and everyone in the crowd they're so disappointed and they're so distraught because they just watched their hero fall to this mastodon of a man named Kevin Owens. And I'm sure they're going to go with the whole thing about Zayn never gave up and everything, and they're going to keep this going. And I mean, it's a lot better than what I was expecting. I was expecting some sort of disqualification finish where we weren't going to get an exact winner and we were going to have another match at the next NXT special. But I was very satisfied with the way that NXT Rival went off the air. I was very impressed with the last 3 matches of the show. The first 3, not so much. I think my MVP of the night probably has to go to Kevin Owens because they made Kevin Owens look like a goddamn mastodon, and I'm not trying to sound like a broken record when I say that, ladies and gentlemen. He looked like a damn monster, and if you do not believe me, please sign up for the WWE Network and go watch that special again and tell me that he did not look like a damn monster. This is Perry the Entertainer. You guys can follow me on Twitter at The PTE Show. We live chat during Raw, SmackDown, NXT specials like this, and all sorts of that jazz. Please let me know what you guys thought about NXT Rival down in the comment section below. And that's going to do it for me tonight, guys. I will see you guys for my Fastlane predictions, I believe is the next video on deck. So I will see you guys then. So I hope you guys stay tuned. And Perry the Entertainer signing out, and peace. Make sure you guys go check out the latest episode of #Spoilers. It's a don't miss. I walk off the set, guys. So go find out why I walked off the set of my hit show #Spoilers. Peace.